Okay, so my Bible study leader, table facilitator women always be like, I can't get everyone in the text, or the women at my table keep being distracted. Like, how do I get everyone to focus on the text? Well, I'm going to give you 9 fire questions you can ask at your Bible study table to make sure that people actually stay in the text, which is what you want. But first, I got to tell you some bad news. 9 times out of 10, if your women keep getting distracted, it's your fault, right? Sorry, I know it's tough to hear, but this is what we're doing. We read the passage and then we look up and we ask everyone, well, what stood out to you? You may as well ask, what random thought just occurred in your head as we read that, right? It doesn't point them to the text. Or you ask a worse question, what does it mean to you? As if the text has some meaning to every person at the table. Like, we really want to ask, what did the author mean when he wrote this text? So here's some good questions you can ask to actually get people to answer those questions. So if you're in an epistle, you can ask, what words or phrases are being repeated in this passage? And why do you think that is? Right? You can ask, did the author make any purpose statements or summary statements? Or is the author using any connecting words like therefore or because or but? Right? Now we're forcing people to look at the text. That's nice. In poetry, you can be like, hey, is the author using any pictures or images? If so, what do you think the author wanted them to represent? Right? You can ask, hey, is the author using any parallel phrases? For example, a wicked king is quick to anger, or an evil ruler is wrathful, right? So those two phrases, they're parallel phrases. They're saying the same thing. I just made that up, but you get what I'm saying. You can ask, hey guys, what does it seem to be is the author's tone? And follow up, what words or phrases in the text make you think that? Right? Because we don't want to go off of our feelings. We want to go off of words and phrases in the text. Last 3 for narrative, right? These are so good. Hey guys, how many different scenes are in this story? Right? Like, think of the story of Joseph. It starts off and he's sharing these dreams, and then he ends up in a pit, and then he ends up going to Egypt, right? There's all these different scenes. Like, here's another good one. Where does the story begin and where does the story end? Right? What's the biggest turning point in this narrative? And what did the author say to make you think that? Right? And then my last one. Which one of these characters seems to get the most attention? And what words and phrases does the author use to describe that character? Why do you think that is? All right, those are fire questions. Those will definitely get your women in the text. Hope it helps. Enjoy your Bible study.